That'd be absolutely devastating.
Oh! Here, this is Joey Owens' show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.
All right, what's happening, everybody? Welcome to G.W.R. Gonzo's Wrestling Room, Monday, February 16th, 2026. I'm Chris Gonzalez, joined by Warren Misery, OG Tony, and Marcus Fine. How's it going, guys?
Going great. Had a great weekend. Definitely get. Well, I've seen the forecast
a little bit, but hey,
yeah,
it's not the negative.
I've seen the forecast for the weekend. It's starting to head back.
What's supposed to be this weekend? Is it supposed to be cold this weekend?
Yeah,
I think
but
around
not as cold.
Well,
30s,
thunderstorms, bad storms may
30s. I thought I seen 37 and a chance of some rain and snow.
I just saw they're saying Thursday night there's a really good chance for some thunderstorms.
Yeah,
well, that's what happens when you go from 70 to 20.
Yeah, most definitely.
I'm hoping it's not real cold on Saturday because I might have to do just a little bit of walking to go eat lunch. Down there at State in Indianapolis, so don't want to be too cold having to take the lunch break when they kick everybody out of the arena.
Well, hopefully everybody had a great weekend. I had a good one. And guys, let's jump right into it. When we do Marcus's Marcus Fine Independent Wrestling Report, and then we'll bring in some
before we do
guests that we can have.
We gotta say hi to the ladies. Hi Kelly, hi Caitlin.
Yeah, how's it going?
Yeah, Caitlin's out here to see if I'm going to say this word right. I know, and you'll see when I get to it what word I'm talking about.
Okay.
I've been practicing that all afternoon, and I think I may have the way she wants it said, but we'll see.
Okay, well, we'll find out. Let's go for it.
Okay. The only prayer request that I know of right now is keep Kelly. I mean, she's getting a lot better. She's still weak. We had to skip another weekend, but hopefully this weekend we'll have a triple shot. So hopefully I just didn't jinx us. So
yeah. Marcus, real quick, a couple of weeks ago we did a prayer request for my brother-in-law, my wife's brother-in-law, and got some pretty good news. Everything went real well, and sounds like he's definitely on the mend and in the right direction. So we got good news today.
Good deal. All right, so that's the only prayer request I had. So she's on the mend. So hopefully. Okay, I do have some birthdays. I'll go ahead and throw our grandson in there. Kelly and I's grandson turned 21 today. So happy birthday, Jonathan.
Yeah, definitely.
Big Country, rest in peace, my friend. His birthday would have been today. Mrs. Gideon from NGW's Brittany's birthday is today. The former commissioner of NGW, Nina Valentine's birthday is on Tuesday. Austin Ryan and Aaron Atlas's birthday is on Wednesday. Carson Drake's birthday is on Wednesday. Legendary wrestler Greg Lake's birthday is on Wednesday. Our guest here in a little bit, his wife, Miss Ashton Cummings' birthday is on the 19th. That's Thursday. Sean Phoenix, AACW, the guy who blows the fire, his birthday is on Thursday. Former WCWO referee Toby Lee's birthday is on Thursday. AACW lady wrestler Ajax's birthday is on Friday. Former NGW heavyweight champion Justin Myers' birthday is on Sunday. And the current, ICW, they're in Muncie's birthday. Dalton Love, champion.
Yeah.
Is that ICW? Is that right?
IPW.
Okay. Anyhow, the champ there in Muncie that's not DCCW, Dalton Love's birthday is on Sunday, the 22nd.
Yes.
So happy birthday to all of them. And if we missed you, happy birthday. Okay, I got some, like I said, Kelly and I didn't go anywhere, but I do want to thank all my correspondents. I have 3 sets of results. First set of results is courtesy of Ms. Caitlin and River, WCWO from Friday night. Zach Nova defeated Pogo. Juan Sanchez and Jordan Davis defeated Timmy Jackson and Cameron Saturn. Maliko defeated Jay Steele. The highlight reel defeated Rampage. Will Asher defeated Mike Noble. Ruthless Domination defeated Hank Calhoun and Johnny Blaze. Zay Gates defeated IK3. And Andre Stray won the contract on a pole match. I guess he gets a title shot anytime, anywhere he decides to take that.
Nice.
Cool.
So congratulations to Andre Stray. Okay. Then courtesy of the Buck Sexton, Warrior Pro Wrestling Riot 5 results from Danville, Indiana yesterday. Buck Sexton opened the show announcing that Jesse Winchester would be defending the WPW title in the Riot. Kate Parrish defeated Platinum Mason by pinfall. The Forgotten retained the tag championships against Muscle Mountain. Drew Kreitzer successfully defended the Warrior Pro. What is it?
Pride. Warrior Pride.
Warrior Pride, that's it. Sorry. Successfully defended the Warrior Pride title against T.Y. Ice with Mortimer Blankenship III. And the Riot featured a full 30-man lineup. Jeremy Hagley entered number 30 and won after the rest of the remaining 4 were eliminated before he even made his way to the ring to win the first WCW heavyweight title. I'd love to see how that even went down. That he just walked in there and won. So
he didn't just walk in. He probably celebrated outside the ring for a while, jaw-jacked to the fans, and then I'm sure he just took it all in and then slid into the ring to get the bell.
Well, that's classic. That's classic.
Yeah, fantastic.
Okay, this is courtesy of Steve Butler. He was in Danville, Illinois yesterday for AVW's No Heart, No Soul. Our very own Warren here tried to keep the Cobra from getting a rematch with IK3, but Kenneth James overruled the decision. Mark Magnus retained the Exit 210 title against Juan Sanchez with Womanger Katie. I hope I said that right. So Juan Sanchez has a manager. He has a Womanger Katie.
A Womanger. Okay.
I think that's how it's said. So it was against Juan Sanchez, David Light, Miguel Murphy, Tyler Scott, and Cameron Saturn in a 6-man elimination match. He retained his Exit 210 title. Mark Modelo pinned Thomas Keith. The highlight reel defeated Trauma Unit via cheating. Here we go. Stetson Winners pin Mike Noble. He is the new AVW No Limits champion. This was his match of the night. Congratulations, Stetson Winners. We'll have to practice that, Caitlin. Womanger, yeah. It's just I don't know. Anyway, the Academy of Fire Arts, Kendall Fire, Pharaoh King, and Jake Lynn defeated Cold Hard Cash, Christian Cash, Rico Jones, and T.Y. Ice via DQ, and the referee caught Cash with a chain. Oliver Kane pinned Zay Gates with the championship.
Cash always cheating.
Always, yeah. And now he's going to call us. Thank you.
Hey, he'll call you or Dad. He won't call me, so it's all good.
Yeah, that's true.
So anyway, Oliver Kane pinned Zay Gates to retain the Mad Dash Wrestling Ball Hall title. The Cobra defeated IK3 via DQ after Calvin Coco jumped Cobra. Jimmy Carrot got a tag team match approved with him and Cobra going against IK3 and Coco. They lost that match thanks to interference from David Light. And then Jimmy Carrot is seeking a title shot against IK3 at the next show on 3/15/26. So that's what I have. Thank you to everyone that corresponded to me. And Warren, if you have anything to say since you was there yesterday.
Yeah, well, since I am the one and only general manager of AVW, I do have to remind Mr. Mark that he did not pin every single guy, so he did not get every single key. Match of the night, and he still hasn't thanked me. Ace Stetson winning the belt. That was the match of the night. Much to, I'm sure, the painfulness of our friend of the show, Mr. Mike Noble. And then, there's gonna be some talk about this demands from Mr. Carrot coming soon. And here he is. You couldn't leave me alone last night. You had to stick your nose in my business then, and now here you are on our show, just like you're trying to take. But let's get on. Let's move on. Let's Chris, mute him. Do something to get that.
As said on the other program, we don't just take people off the screen.
Yeah, I've heard that before. I've heard that before. Heard a lot of things that day.
Yeah, I had a good conversation about that day today.
No, did you?
Yeah.
I tell you what, guys.
Stevie gave me a call. That was the first thing he mentioned.
Kitty. Yeah, well, I have to hear about that later. Sounds like there was 3 really, really good shows this weekend.
And they were full houses.
Yep.
I heard they had good crowds all weekend too.
That's great.
That weather's warming up. People are wanting to get out and do some things. And when you put shows together like you do, you're gonna draw them. So yeah, congrats to everyone else that's not ABW. Yes. Way to go, guys! And hopefully, like I said, everyone needs to keep that momentum. The people who have been to these shows need to next weekend and the weekend after that keep that momentum going for all these shows. And yeah,
I agree 100%. Marcus, you got anything else before we move on?
No, I'm all good. Thank you.
Okay, guys. Warren, you got anything?
Nothing I want to address now that this other guy's in here with his little brown nose and butt comments. So
this is the first time in a while that Alex and Warren's been on together, because Warren gets scared and runs off when he hears Alex. I didn't tell Warren he was coming on until like 10 minutes before we went live. He didn't have a word.
I don't get between KJ and freaking Alex. I'm gonna get from both sides here. Jeez, I made this.
Yeah.
Who needs me to go?
Well, won't we bring who we all have in there, Chris? We got Alex. Do we have another guy that was supposed to be on? No. Okay, so let's bring in let's bring in Alex and talk to Mr. Alex. He got a big show coming up. That's Sunday, right? Is it Sunday? Sunday. So
do we have to bring Alex in?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm glad you said that. Our granddaughter turned 7 on Sunday. I better say her name since I did the grandson today.
You better.
Carolyn turns 7 on Sunday. So happy birthday, Carolyn, as well. She'll tell me about it.
Oh, yes, you will. Yep, you'll be in trouble. Old Papa will be in some trouble.
Papa's always in trouble, but I'll just give her a reason.
Well, when we bring Alex in, get this over with. So Warren
look, you see that? Look at those ratings. As soon as you put my face on the screen, the ratings go up. I don't know who KJ is, but he has to be a great person as well if he doesn't like Warren like I don't like Warren.
You know who KJ is.
Oh, well.
The conniving Kenneth James.
Well, you called him KJ, okay? I call him Kenneth James.
I got other names.
We call him by his government name, okay?
Hey, Warren, what's one of the other names you call him?
Well, it's like my champion IK3, tried to say last night, and I was actually going to say too, it's still February. I don't know why that leprechaun ass was in the ring. It's not March yet, but he showed up in my ring, dressed in head to toe in green and black. I thought he was going to start shit about his Lucky Charms, but he kept talking something about his cup. But
okay.
But I'm more. Well, I would much rather have Alex Bolton on here, and at least this guy's we could work together. This other guy, he doesn't want to work with me. So Alex, welcome to the show, buddy.
Yeah, you see your ratings skyrocket when I come on here.
I could tell that was really heartfelt too.
Actually, we've lost about half the people we had watching when you came on.
Well, I can't actually see the numbers, okay? Just let me believe what I want to believe, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Billy Buzz is in the house, though.
Hey, Billy.
Yep.
Hey, what's up, Billy?
But let's just get down to business, guys. We're having aftershock. It's going to match the weather. We got a really nice couple of days, and then it's going to get a cold again, but it's nice and warm inside the Sulphur Springs community building. We're making our debut in Sulphur Springs in Henry County. It's going to be a great show, as always. We have a special lineup to draw in more of the new crowd since we're in a new building, new area, a whole new ball game here. So it's going to be interesting. But a couple notes to say. Mark House keeps on with this, how he has control and this and that. Well, Mark, just because I signed a contract, you forget that you also signed a contract, and your end of the deal is coming up very soon. And I know one particular person in our locker room that is dying to get their hands on you. Just saying.
Sounds good to me.
But anyway, so for this show, so we have Ricky Guns. For some reason, He's beside himself, losing his mind, and he has challenged Jason Morgan, former House of Heathens member, to a match. I don't think that's very smart myself. Jackson Morgan is probably one of the scariest men that you'll ever see on ever. Let's just face that. Intimidating to be around. So you know what? We granted it. You want it? You got it, Ricky. We'll find out what that's about in Sulphur Springs. There's two people that really impressed me the last couple times they've been on our show. Marco Modelo, he debuted last show, and Jake Bailey, he's been there 2 or 3 times now. We're gonna have them square off. Marco Modelo and Jake Bailey, singles competition. Let's see what they're made of. 2 great in-ring athletes. Should be one for the books there, guys. Don't miss it. That one is exciting. 2 young up and coming guys right there. Obviously, we have Brandon Day, wink wink, Mark House, versus Anthony Totatelli. I don't understand why Mark wanted this match. I mean, Brandon worded it best in his promo, which if you guys aren't following Frontier Elite Wrestling's social media, you need to be. Brandon worded it right. Mark is running out of minions to throw at him, so now he's trying to throw some of his friends at him. So it's going to be interesting how Brandon and Anthony take this match.
That's a main event anywhere in Indiana.
Oh yes, that is going to tear the roof off this Sulphur Springs building, guys. Brandon Day might actually rip the roof off if I tell him that he gets his hands on Mark House. If he does it, he'll do it. So speaking of Mark House went behind my back. I'm not going to go into details, but our tag team champion, Mike Noble, I suggested that he relinquish the tag team titles and, or find a tag team partner. And he decided that he wants to go about it by himself. And he said, in his own words, he doesn't care how many opponents we throw at him. Okay. Well, you got Fire and Faith, you got Empire, and you got Surge and Stray. You literally have 6 other men vying for your titles. You want to defend them? Props to you. I respect it. I think you're dumb for going behind my back, but we'll find out how you fare against 3 other teams on Sunday. And I mean, obviously we have Matthew Grant and Elijah Arrows with the title unification, since Mark wants to continue to step on Elijah Arrows' toes and not recognize him as a true champion of FEW. We're going to unify him. Elijah Arrows versus Matthew Grant, North American Mid-Continental Unification match. And this match, obviously, you guys said, tear the roof off the house. I think if there's anybody in the country that could actually physically tear down a building, Donovan Cecil is going to be challenging Ashton Adonis for the heavyweight championship. And Ashton, seems like he's coming around. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention, but, he went from super Mark anti-FEW. Now he's saying that his light needs to be astonishing. So hopefully, he does this match right without any of the cheating. So we're looking forward to that. I'm personally going to be keeping my eyes peeled on that to make sure that it is a clean, fair match for everybody involved.
Sounds like you have a great card there, man. I mean, there's some really good matches. Several of them could be main events anywhere in Indiana. There's 2 or 3 in there I would definitely like to see for sure. Can you tell us one more time where the event's going to be, what time the bell time is, what time everything's going on, and how much tickets are in case somebody needs to know?
Tickets are $12 right now, pre-sale, up until Friday. The tickets are $15 at the door. It's the Sulphur Springs Community Building. It's at 203 North Mulberry Street in Sulphur Springs. It's where they do the mud bogs. They do mud bogs there. Anybody familiar with the area, they'll probably know that. But GPS took me straight there, so hopefully your GPS takes you straight there as well. And just a little something, just because Mark is irritating me, I'm gonna throw in. There's gonna be a special match. I'm not even gonna say who's gonna be in it. There's gonna be another singles match added to this card, so you guys are getting more bang for your buck just for showing up. And I'm not even gonna reveal who it is.
I want to know how I irritated you, but okay.
I think you meant Mark House.
Mark, yeah.
I said Mark.
Okay.
He thought you said Marcus.
Marcus. Okay.
No,
okay.
I said it fast. It ran together because
what the hell did I do? Ward's in here. He's the one pissed you off.
yeah. We know Warren won't show up because he knows that I'm the true ratings draw and he doesn't want to hurt the ratings. So,
well, keep your fingers crossed. We're planning on coming down.
It's gonna be a show that you do not want to miss. I promise you that.
So
it's completely different. You guys know how my venue normally is. It's I love the H.J. Rick Center. We're obviously going back on March 21st. We obviously that's Greenfield's still our home, but we're expanding our horizons into Henry County, which I personally live in Henry County, so I'm really wanting to make it where everybody gets a little piece of FEW because our show deserves to be seen by everybody.
Agree 100%, man. You guys do great work.
And I know Bruiser I knew Bruiser drew Newcastle monthly, so I think you found a wrestling town. I really think you will have a good crowd.
It's looking like it. Pre-sales are looking pretty good, so you guys should continue boosting those numbers to make me feel confident. And I do have an unannounced venue for June, so who knows? It might be in Sulphur Springs, it might be in Newcastle, could be in Knightstown, any of those Henry County towns. Charlottesville, even.
You going to set up at the Hoosier Gym? You think
I would love
in there?
If anybody has a connection with the Hoosier Gym, hit me up. I have tried and tried and tried.
Happens, and by golly, I don't care what I got going on.
Look, the Hoosier Gym, I could throw a football from my house where I live and hit the Hoosier Gym. I would love to run there. I have inquired about it multiple times, but I can't say too much without saying too little.
I played basketball there years ago.
It's a great venue. I love it.
Yep. Well, Alex, thanks for coming on with us. We appreciate it. Hopefully, let me ask you one question real quick before we go. Do you plan on definitely try, if everything goes well, definitely try to run more shows in Sulphur Springs?
Yes, I want to run more shows in all these small towns because, they become entertainment dead zones, and so like if I'm willing to take show like kind of like what Joey does. He hits some of these small towns, gets once, twice a year, and those people they will come.
Yep.
And so that's what I'm doing. I'm just doing it on the other side of the state.
Smart strategy, man. Hey, you're learning from one of the best right there, Joey. So, So there's nothing wrong with that. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Again, man, we appreciate you coming on. You're welcome anytime. Hey, when you get close, to a show week, the Monday before, reach out to us, in time. Yep. And we'll definitely have you on because we want to support all independent wrestling. Want to get venues full, and hopefully, it looks like me, Chris, and Marcus, and I'm sure Warren will tag along sometimes when he can. It looks like we're going to get ready to hit the road again pretty soon. So
good,
definitely, and Kelly, and I think we're going to have a grandson maybe tag along a little bit. So definitely looking forward to it. So I'm excited, very excited to maybe get back out on the road.
I think Warren was voting for no more Alex on the show.
I was saying, Alex, don't call us. We'll call you. Bye. You can go now.
Warren, you just can't handle when the ratings go up. You get nervous, man. I know.
Well, again, we appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, guys. As always.
Have a good night, man.
Have a good one.
Have nothing from the other gentleman. Okay. So I say we'll go ahead and bring in our rapid fire guest and do that and go from there.
All right.
And there he is.
How's it going, everybody?
Hey guys, this is Mr. Will Asher. Been wrestling for a few years now. Does an outstanding job. Really glad to have him on. Hopefully you're doing good today.
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Doing well. Well, this is how this is going to work. We'll throw off questions at you. We call the segment rapid fire, but it's not for you. You know, take your time, answer your questions the way you need to answer them. And we'll start off with Marcus, then Warren, then me and Chris, and we'll go 30, 35 minutes and hopefully have a good time.
All right, real quick though, before I get in trouble, Marcus, I'm supposed to let you and Kelly know that Cadence said hi. She's watching in another room, so
What's up, sweetheart?
Okay.
Tell her I will buy Girl Scout cookies for her, but she's got to ask me, not Kelly. She's got to have it ask me.
Well, she's watching in another room, so she probably heard that. So
come and see me, Cadence. Kelly will buy everything off of you.
You should have said that. Now, kids, we'll go to her.
No, she will. That's why I stopped her. You got to come to me, kiddo.
All right, guys, let's jump right into it. Marcus?
Okay, my first question, as always. Well, first off, thank you for coming on. And my first question, as always, is when did you first get interested in professional wrestling?
I don't know what year it was. I was a little kid, and I was just sitting in the living room, and my dad was flipping through channels, and he turned stopped at wrestling. It was WCW, and I just remember seeing all the NWO shirts and everything, and I believe it was Sting just beating the crap out of everybody, and I just focused on it, and from then I just fell in love with it. I've been obsessed with it my entire life. Wrestled with my friends growing up. Can't tell you how many injuries I've had wrestling in the backyard because I've just been obsessed with it. So pretty much majority of my life.
Okay. Warren.
All righty, like I always lead off with, I'm gonna give you a time machine and a ticket front row and center to any wrestling event ever. Where are you going and why?
Probably WrestleMania 18 because that was the first WrestleMania I've ever watched, and actually it was the first pay-per-view I ever watched. And at that point in my life, my favorite two wrestlers were The Rock and Hogan. So that was one of the things I was so excited about. So that being the first one I ever watched in live, I'd want to go see it in person.
Yeah, that was a good one. My question is your inspiration for your wrestling character.
That's a mix. I've always liked and been into the crazier characters of things. So it's kind of a mix between, like, I guess Moxley, a little bit of Mankind, where sometimes I just beat the crap out of myself. The Mask, actually, the idea behind the Mask originally was Hannibal Lecter. Like the idea of that kind of mixing there too.
Okay. And Chris.
All right, my bad. I was muted. What made you decide to start training to be a wrestler? How did you go about getting in the wrestling business?
So ever since I was a kid and I got into it, I've always wanted to be a wrestler. It's been the biggest thing I've ever wanted to do. And probably about 10 years ago, I learned about G.W. and started going there. And then eventually I got to meet one of the biggest pain in my asses in my career, Kenneth James. And we started working together outside of wrestling and got to know him. And he introduced me to WCW and that it was a school and pointed me in that direction.
Excuse me.
Just got me into it and worked with me a lot before I started wrestling on shows. And then he ended up becoming the biggest pain in the ass of my career. I can't tell you how many times I've wrestled him, and probably continue wrestling him. So anytime I can get my hands on him, it's a good time.
Okay. Marcus.
Okay, you had to take a little time off from your training because you got injured. Could you tell us about that?
So I was actually in a match at the Dub. It was the first time I was ever in an outside show, and I was actually in the ring with Kenneth James, and I had knocked him out of the ring, and I got out of the ring, and I jumped off of it, coming down just forearms, and I landed in some loose gravel, and I completely tore the ACL in my left knee. Like an idiot, I tried to keep going, but thankfully I was in the ring with a professional, and they shut that down. But I ended up having to have surgery, and I was out for, I think it was 8 to 9 months, something like that. So it was not fun, not a fun experience at all. Missed out on some matches that I was really wanting to be a part of, and it was not fun. It was horrible. But I do not recommend knee injuries to anybody.
No. Warren.
Actually, Chris, you want to put Kelly up there? Much to Marcus's chagrin.
Well, I told Kelly I have a feeling the streak will be broke tonight.
Oh, okay, there it is.
Well, because I told Cadence I was coming on here tonight, and something she asked me why, and I told her I was going to be answering some questions, and she asked me what questions. So I watch you guys every week, and so I know some of the questions. So I told her some of them, and that was one of them I told her, and she straight told me if I didn't pick Kelly, that she was going to beat me and Marcus both up.
See, and I told Kelly that I was going to lose tonight because Cadence had a hand in it, so I was right.
Well, looks like, hey, Marcus, you should tell her. Looks like I'm not buying no Girl Scout cookies from you now.
Yeah, well, sure, she'll beat me up until I do.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of Cadence, so she before when I was waiting, she brought this to me and wanted me to show Marcus and everyone. It's a little toy she got of Charlotte Flair.
Okay.
And because she has a little toy of Charlotte Flair, she wanted me to show it to everyone because I'm on a show talking about wrestling.
Okay.
Kelly's in there laughing because the feed's off a little bit, but she just heard Cadence said it. Kelly says she'll buy the Girl Scout cookies. Don't worry.
There's Kenneth James.
Yeah, he's been here for a while. He's annoying me too. Yeah.
Everybody just loves Kenneth James.
It seems like every so often Warren gets somebody new. There for a while it was heck, I can't remember, dude from ACW he had some issues with, and now it seems like that's over with. Now he's got somebody else.
Yeah,
Kenneth James has been a big part of my career. He, like I said, he led me into WCWO and everything, and he's taught me a lot. Like, I've traveled the road with him when we worked together before he, decided to hang out with Jordan all the time and be a jerk. But I used to pick his brain. Actually, every once in a while I still kind of do, but I might not always get nice answers from him because he's, it's Kenneth James. But I do credit him a lot for the time I was in the ring with him with the injury. It could have been a lot worse if I wasn't in there with someone that didn't know what they were doing. What are you saying?
Oh, we got all kinds of stuff in there.
You took a cheese grater to Noble's balls?
I did. So it was a no holds bar match, and
he's my new hero.
Well, everyone calls him No Balls Nobles. I just wanted to make it true.
You just grated them off.
I took it, nailed him with it, and then as he was sitting there staring at me, starting to cry, I just yanked it out. It was great. You got to see the video of it. It is fantastic. It's one of my favorite parts of my career so far.
We do have a couple other questions in the comments.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Billy wants to know, growing up and watching wrestling, did you have a favorite manager you liked?
To be honest, No, not really. I never really paid attention to the managers, so I kind of got older and started realizing just how as important to the story that they can be. Other than besides wrestlers, I used to just focus straight on the physicality. I never paid attention to the stories or anything. But the older I got, the more I started paying attention to it. The more I started realizing how important the managers actually are. If I had to pick one now, I'd probably say Paul Heyman, because how many champions has he managed, and
Yeah.
and no one's manages the superstars as Paul Heyman has.
And then Hank wants to know, how's your back looking feeling after that crutch shot?
Actually, it doesn't feel too bad, but I have a massive bruise going across the center of my back, and where Noble bent a crutch over my back. It was
Okay.
That was actually one of the most painful parts of the entire match, honestly.
And then Then Wes has a couple questions in here. My question is, what's unalived?
He doesn't want to use the word death.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Well, my question to Will is, why are you not successful? Why can't you get the job done?
I'm glad to know I have a bodyguard. If Wes starts acting up, I'll just
Yeah.
Well,
tell
Wes,
Mr. Asher to come on over to wherever we're at and take care of my buddy there.
Wes, you don't do. Wes, you keep talking. I'm probably just gonna have to break your arm, like I did Noble's.
Oh yeah, there you go.
I'll make you join that club. I will give you credit. When I cornered you at the dub, you didn't get my match with Noble a week ago, made like I told you to. That was the whole point. I went after you because I knew you had Reggie's ear. And Reggie, he just likes to hide. It's a lot easier to find you. So
are you saying Wes has bigger balls than Reggie?
no, I'm saying Reggie's smaller. He can hide in better, tighter spaces.
Okay.
Wes,
Okay.
he can't really hide that well.
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go different direction.
Ward hasn't even asked his yet.
Okay. Oh, my fault. I got lost. Sorry, Warren. I got lost. There were so many questions. Go ahead, Warren. Sorry about that.
Part of your character, I mean, ring psychology and just the psychology of your character in general. Like, how important is that to you for your character?
It's very important. You don't. One of the biggest things I was taught is you want things to make sense, and that goes with your character as well, and the psychology of everything around it. So it's very, very important. If the way my character is, if I'd go and start doing moves that doesn't make sense to the character, it wouldn't fit. It wouldn't work. Why would I do that? Plus, also just the style of the way I wrestle. Also, part of why I do the character that I do, because it works with me. It's the stuff that what's the word I'm looking for? Short answer is yes. It's very important.
Okay.
I can't think of, like we were just saying earlier. I didn't wrestle yesterday at the show, but for some reason I'm very tired and exhausted, so my brain's not all completely working.
It was a long day. It was a long night.
My question is, your favorite childhood memory?
Oh crap! Probably the time that me and my family went out to I don't remember what town it was in, but it was a racetrack where not only was a racetrack, but it was also a figure 8 track, and it had a derby. Then it had a trailer pull race, which was interesting. I've never seen that one before. And then they had bus races, and then they had it to where kids go out there on a bus and ride around on the racetrack. And I got to go out there and be a part of. I got to be a part of on the track with everyone and do the figure 8 and everything. I thought that was pretty cool.
I know Anderson Speedway used to do some of that stuff.
Was that at Anderson?
That might be as I don't remember.
I know Anderson used to do that stuff.
Yeah, it was. This was years ago when I was.
Yeah.
a kid. I don't remember when, but my dad's always been into the racing and cars and stuff, and so he took us out to do that one day, and it was at that time to me it was one of the coolest things ever, especially being out on the racetrack.
Yeah.
So
I had a buddy that used to race in them school bus figure eights. Anderson.
my dad didn't do the buses, but he actually used to do the stock car races out there. And growing up, I thought it was cool because he always had trophies of them, of races that he won.
Yeah.
So
it's awesome. Chris,
when you started training to get in the business, what was the hardest thing for you to learn?
To slow down. I still get told that sometimes. Slow down, or what was the other one? What was the other one I always used to be told? I don't remember that one anymore. It's just always slow down. That was the biggest one. And I remember now going to training and stuff, and the newer kids coming in, and I hear them being told that all the time. I've even told them that, like, slow down, and if you feel like you're going slow, slow down some more.
Yep.
So
heard that a lot. Marcus.
Okay, you and Jackson and Rampage hit my top stipulation match of the year. Tell us what it was like to be power bombed down through the top of a coffin.
Believe it or not, for that one, I was the less nervous one about the whole entire situation. It wasn't as bad as a lot of people would think it was. It was definitely a new experience. But it really, like, the weirdest thing about it was I didn't even know I stopped. I stopped. Like, I didn't know I hit the ground. I felt like I was still falling the entire time. The only way I knew that I had stopped is I just looked over to the side of the coffin. I noticed it wasn't moving. So I was like, oh, I must have hit the, like, I seriously the entire time just felt like I was falling still. Of course, I kind of just closed my eyes for a while and just hoped for the best too.
I was pretty impressed. I was pretty impressed. So,
okay, Warren.
I'm actually, in a way, sort of piggyback off of Marx's in a way, but what's it like to tag with that monster Jackson Morgan?
Oh, I love it. I've learned so much. New ways to torture people. It's definitely an interesting view when he does the nipple throw. Being there at ringside, and watching everyone's reactions when he's doing it, like, it is to stand there on the turnbuckle, by the turnbuckle, while he's in there, either he's twisting the nipples or he's throwing people by him. Just sitting there watching the crowd, especially the little kids with their eyes wide open, and watching their reactions, and they're just grabbing. Like, even the kids are doing this. It's one of the funniest things to see, and I love it. And it's also helped me be more comfortable with what I do and how to portray my character too. So it is probably one of my favorite things I've done so far.
Yeah, and the other good part is that if you're his tag team partner, he's not going to throw you by your titties. So
he's actually done it before.
Okay, has it?
So yeah, I've before my character went darker and crazy. When I used to wear those long gray and black and red tights and everything, I wrestled him a few times. Actually, I wrestled him, and he was the other than Mark House, because that was my first match, and I won that one. Me wrestling Jackson Morgan was the first time I ever won a match, actually.
Okay. And Jackson is one of the most. I can see you learning a lot from him because he's probably one of the most underrated wrestlers out there because he's really good, man. He's a really good one to learn from.
Yeah, and I pick his brain too. Like I said about Ken James earlier, Jax is also another big part of my career. Those two, I've probably spent more time with picking their brains over the years, and I'll ask them questions all the time. Plus, teaming with Jax probably keeps me out of trouble because me being as hot-headed as I am, going after some of the guys I try to go after, I probably would get beat up a little bit more.
Okay.
Like in the PopCon with Kong when I hit him on the apron.
Yeah.
Probably not the brightest idea for Asher to do that, but
Okay. My question is, you get one last meal. What would it be?
probably steak.
What kind of steak and how? What kind of steak and how's it cooked?
Probably a sirloin steak. Probably medium well with sautéed onions and pepper jack cheese on top.
Okay. All right. Okay. Chris.
All right. First of all, Kelly has another question, real quick. How hard is it to juggle family and wrestling?
At first, it wasn't hard, but now that now that my family's bigger, because for anyone that doesn't know, we went from having within a year we went from having 1 kids to 3. Had 2 kids in 1 year. But now that I have a bigger family and I'm also wrestling more, it gets a little bit more difficult, especially when it comes to trying to not schedule things at the same time. So,
All right. And then my question would be, if a young wrestler was going to came to you, or a young person came to you to get advice that was going to get into the wrestling business, what would be your best advice?
well, find the right place to train. I mean, the first thing to start at. Like I was blessed and lucky enough to be able to get pointed to WCWO, but find the right place to train, and then put in the time. Make sure you don't half-ass it. You want to dedicate yourself to it and work hard at it. And also shut up. Do not run your mouth when you walk in there. Oh, and don't overthink things. I just got a message. The other thing that I was always told to stop overthinking. I just got that message. Yeah, because I used to do that a lot, and we have a couple guys now that do that.
Yeah.
We have another question in here.
Pick me. First of all, Wes is not going to be the opponent I pick. He hasn't pushed me that far quite yet. What about someone that's getting on everyone's nerves, Mr. Kraft?
Okay.
I wouldn't mind getting my hands on him. I see the chaos he's causing.
Marcus, final 3 questions.
Okay. We'll see if you can answer this if it's not home, since you're a family man. First stop after leaving the venue.
A message has been received.
Food.
Okay, food where?
It changes every week. It's never a particular spot. Because I don't eat before show days.
A lot of people are that way.
Yeah, I don't like hours. Like I'll eat at work, and that'd be hours and hours before the show. And after that, I don't eat going into shows at all. So just anywhere. It's usually somewhere in Lebanon. It's never the same place. But by that point, there's not many places open.
I was to say, well, you got Burger King, McDonald's, Culver's. There ain't a lot there.
Yeah. So it just changes. It changes depending on how everyone's feeling that night.
Okay. Warren?
All right. The back sort of the family thing here, and obviously your little one's a big Charlotte Flair fan. A few years down the road here, she comes to you and says, "Dad, I want to get into this. What you doing? You gonna push it? You gonna let her do it, or you gonna?"
So she's actually already told me that. And I got in trouble by mom. But I've always said that if it's something she wants to do, I'm going to support her, but I'm not going to push her to do it. If she wants to do it 100%, I will support her, and I will help her in any way possible and get her to the right people to train her But if she doesn't want to do it, I'm not going to push it. So, but would it be fun to see her wrestle? Yeah, but it's got to be something she wants first.
Yeah. My question is, favorite food that your mom or dad or a family member made for you when you was a kid?
Chili. The chili my mom used to make. I used to eat the crap out of that when she made it. I probably used to eat too much of it, honestly.
Chili's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Ain't nothing wrong with chili. What little follow up? Your go to snack?
Don't really eat snacks. Unless you count candy, and I probably eat way too much of that. I don't really eat snacks all that much.
Okay. Favorite candy?
Skittles.
Okay.
I'm just glad I ate dinner before the show because Tony keeps bringing up all these food questions, and I'm like, I'm glad I'll be hungry by now.
All right, Chris.
What's something you love about the wrestling business, and what's something that you hate or dislike about the wrestling business?
What I love about it is the family. Like it, I was even told before I got into it that it's just a giant family, and everyone takes care of everybody and takes care of each other. And I quickly learned that that is actually 100% true. What I don't like about it is how some people politics to get what they want. I've seen it, and it just it causes too much drama and chaos in some places. It's why there's certain wrestlers I won't name that I don't really talk to all that much because they do a lot of it, and it just politicking to make yourself look better instead of actually working for it. That just annoys me.
Okay, makes sense. Marcus, final two.
Okay, well, I'm going to do like Chris. I'm going to throw two things in there. Your favorite venue and your favorite opponent.
My favorite venue is probably is the Dub. Like first place, that's the first place I ever wrestle. It's a place where I train, so that's important to me. And plus it's my wrestling home. Like that's one of the things I look forward to every Friday is going to that building. Favorite opponent? It'd have to be either be Kenneth James, just because some of my favorite matches are with him, or believe it or not, my own tag team partner Jackson Morgan. We had a match here in Thorntown where I won my first championship. I'm very proud of. So it'd be those two.
Okay, Warren.
All right, yeah. Once again, we're going to jump back in that time machine, right to where young Will Asher's about to open the door of the Dub for that first day of training. What would you tell yourself?
To listen, just shut up and listen. And not to be as nervous as I was, because I was going in there. I was terrified of failing, not being able to do it. Like I was probably overly nervous, way too nervous than I should have been.
Okay. For me, favorite comedy movie to watch.
Oh crap!
Yeah, that is rough.
Yeah, especially since I don't watch a lot of comedy. If I'm not watching wrestling, I'm probably watching something scary or some action type thing.
Okay, switch comedy and go to action or scary then.
Action. I've always liked the Expendable movies. I like the first one. The first one was one of my favorite, and then scary. I like the Scream franchise.
I got a grandson who's a big Scream franchise guy. He big time.
Well, I like that
So-
one because it's more realistic. It's not as far fetched as some of the other ones are. Which don't get me wrong, they're all good too, but I like the more realistic ones.
Okay. Chris?
What's been the worst bump you've taken so far?
I don't think it might have been this past Friday or not. No, I wouldn't say it was this week. First one that comes to mind is I took a superplex from Too Loud Timmy Jackson at PopCon, and I don't know if I just landed weird or whatever, but it knocked all the air out of me. And for a minute, for a good second, went back and watched the video, and I was moving my legs, but I felt like I couldn't feel my legs for like a good 10 seconds. So I don't know if it was because I landed weird or whatever, but that was the first time that I had experienced something like that.
Okay. And Marcus, final question.
Okay. It's time to tell your funny story.
So, been thinking about this. I can't think of any funny story that's had to do with me, but one that I witnessed or walked in on. Everyone, especially you, Marcus, will know that during the summer the dub gets hot, but during the winter it gets very cold. And in the back in the locker room it gets just worse, honestly. But I went to go walk in the locker room one day and the door just flings open before I can even touch it myself, and I'm getting knocked over. Everyone's running out like in fear, and them screaming, moving, and I look over, and Pogo's over at the propane heater trying to light it.
I'd run too.
Well, the reason why they're running is because the week before he had done the same thing, and the gas was on, and he didn't get it lit right away. So when he lit it, it went poof and almost singed all the hair off of him. And then literally the next week he was trying to do it again, and before he even had a chance, they all ran out. Like, damn near trampled me. But he
I didn't
learned his
know where you
lesson
was
because he
going with
got it
that.
right away.
You say
But
everybody run out of the dub and Pogo's in there like, oh God, what's he going to tell us? It's like,
yeah. Well, they didn't run. They just ran out of the locker room. They didn't run all the way out the building. But
I'm just like, what the hell?
and it's all because the first week he just couldn't get it to light right away, and it just went. And they said it almost got all his eyebrows and everything. And the next week they all just took off running as soon as they seen him try it. So
Okay.
my another funny thing. I don't know if you were there, Marcus. A couple weeks ago we were in a tag match, and my partner went to tag me, and he missed my hand and straight high fived me on the forehead, like smacked me square in the face. Jackson Morgan.
Okay.
I just got that. I just got that message to share that story. But yeah, you see it plain as day in the video too. Like he just misses my hand and my hand right here, right across my face, and I just stop and look right at the camera. Like, are you serious?
That's a big ass hand coming at you.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Warren?
Alrighty. If you've watched the show, then WrestleMania is known for their massive entrances with live bands. Who do you want playing you out on WrestleMania, and what song are they playing?
I'd have to probably go with my theme song in I'm gonna say the name wrong. Megalyn Park, and with my song. Growing up, I always said it'd be Eminem wasn't one of his songs, but none of his songs actually fit my character. So, but probably my theme song "Animals" by Megalodon Park.
Okay. And my question is, in your opinion, the greatest wrestling match of all time?
Well, that's a hard question because there's so many different great matches. It is. Good God. I don't know. That's a hard question. The greatest match
Do you have
of all time.
Do you have a favorite match? I mean, I know before you talked about The Rock and well, WrestleMania 18. I mean, do you have a go-to match that you watch over and over?
Yeah, a few of them. One of them being the Shield versus the Wyatt family, because the Shield was my favorite faction of all time. Then there's I like rewatching the CM Punk and John Cena at Money in the Bank, and then a match that a lot of people don't like to talk about anymore because one of the participants in it. But I always liked the main event triple threat match of WrestleMania 20.
Yep. Yep, that's a good one. And Chris, your final question.
All right. What I'll do with my final question is give you a chance to basically just promote yourself, let people know upcoming shows, if you have merch, social media, any of that good stuff.
And so I'm on Instagram and Facebook as well, just under Will Asher. I'm at the Dub every Friday night. We'll be in Frankfurt this Saturday at the fairgrounds. The WCWO. Can't wait for that show. Been waiting for it for a while now since it was postponed. Doors open, I believe, at 6. Shows at 7.
I think so. I just dropped my glasses. Yeah, that's it. 6 and 7 because I had it ready to go.
Yeah, because I was asked about it earlier today at work because I have some coworkers like that like to come to the shows because they like to yell at me and Kenneth James from when he used to work with us. Then yeah, it's the only shows I'm on for this month is the ones in Frankfurt and the ones every Friday night. And then I have merch at every show. So
awesome. Before we let you go, I've got one little final segment that we're going to do from time to time. It's called One Final Question. It's for everybody on the panel. And here we go. It's who had the biggest impact as a faction? And here are the choices. NWO from WCW, DX from WWE, the Bullet Club from New Japan. This one I really didn't get, but okay. Main Event Mafia from TNA, the Elite, that was Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks and Cody Rhodes and Hangman Adam Page. And I'm going to add one because I'm old and I'm adding the Four Horsemen to the group. So I'm going to go to each one of you. There's no wrong answers. Let's go to our guest first. Out of those names, who do you think had the biggest impact as a faction?
I was just talking to someone about this the other day. We didn't have to name all those groups though, because we also talked about it in just a tag team sense too. But I would say the NWO because I feel like they upped the game and made like WWE. They pushed them to change their stuff, which pushed DX and all them to up their game. Of course, that's until they added like 450 people that they had in the group.
Yeah.
When they just had a small group for NWO, I think that's when they were at their best until they just went way too far with it. But the original version of NWO, I feel like had the bigger impact.
Okay. And let's go to Warren next.
I mean, really, it's with me, it's sort of a tough call. I mean, I wear this hat, but they're not. These guys aren't here without NWO, but it's such a tight one. And to break it down, I mean, the Four Horsemen, wrestling wise, they're huge, but that was not the time of merch. That wasn't the time of stuff. To where if that stuff was going on to where the levels of the NWO, because I mean NWO you saw everywhere. Everyone had NWO shirts. It was crazy. So it's really close. I mean, to me, I mean, I'm not going to cop out and say both, but I'm probably going to have to go just from my age and time. Probably the NWO was the bigger faction for me, because I went through that. But the Four Horsemen I could understand Easily someone else saying the Four Horsemen. I can understand that completely.
Yep. Let's go to Chris.
I'm torn between two, but I'm gonna go with the Four Horsemen just because I feel like they kind of paved the way for other factions. Because to me they're one of the first bigger factions that kind of stuck and stayed around and kept relevant, and then they kind of opened the door for the other ones. But me personally, besides Four Horsemen, I'd have DX right up there because I kind of feel the same about DX as Warren does about NWO. Like when I was in school, all my that's all you saw was DX and stuff around here a lot, and that's what me and my friends were a little more into DX and NWO. But I would have to go with the Four Horsemen.
Okay, and Marcus.
Oh, they pretty much said it. If you're going in the 80s, it's got to be the Four Horsemen. And there was Four Horsemen merch, but you could only get it on the back page of the PWI magazine. It was a killer logo, and that's the only merch they had. And but yeah, the Four Horsemen, because it hadn't been done yet. That's the first time, and it was one of them accidental things. Arn Anderson made a statement, and all of a sudden, here we have this faction. And the NWO, because the NWO did take on WWE, and I agree with Will, and I've said it 100 times, you keep it as Hogan, Hall, and Nash. Stop adding everybody and their brother, because it did get really dumb when they literally had everybody on the roster as an NWO member of some type. So, but yeah, I'll have to go the Four Horsemen because they paved the way for factions.
I kind of go with the Horsemen too, but I understand the NWO and the impact they had. They changed the business. I do think that DX was very good, and a lot of people credit DX, for helping them win the war. But they had a lot of other help too. You had the Rock and you had Stone Cold. Where if you don't have the NWO, WCW don't do what they did. I mean, so it's really tough. I mean, of course, me being an old as dirt, I'm kind of leaning towards the Horsemen, but probably in reality, the NWO at that time, it changed the business too. So I've said it myself. The Four Horsemen, they invented it to a certain degree or took it to the next level. NWO really took it to the next level, especially like Warren said, with the merchandise and everything. And DX piggybacked off that. But I think, don't get me wrong, DX was important for WWE and winning that war. But if NWO don't do what they do, there ain't no war.
And I mean, I think, to flag it a little bit more as I'm pondering it more, and the thing is, I hear all of you guys talking. I mean, at the time, NWO was sort of, they were that anti-establishment. They took on the big giant of the company, where a lot of us as people watching, a lot of wrestling fans, that's how we felt. We'd watch Monday nights, have to go to bed, get up and go work our McDonald's or our Walmart, and that. And what was great about, when the Horsemen, they were more taking on, you had the Dusty Rhodes, you had, and then and also at that time you also had the Freebirds and the Von Erichs. So you had those smaller group, but they weren't taking on the company that you were on.
Yeah.
And NWO straight come in and said, no, they literally we're taking over. They weaseled in Bischoff, the guy, like we got a guy on the inside, there's all that stuff. So it is a tough call, but yeah, like I said, I mean, it was those are both where we can look back and go, it's a great time to be a wrestling fan.
Oh yeah. I think you can make an argument for the three of them. I mean, I think you can make an argument for DX. I think it might be the weaker one, maybe, but I understand because when Chris grew up, I understand him.
Well, then with
being
DX,
that big fan.
Which iteration of DX? Are we Rude, Hunter, Sean, China DX, or are we Hunter, China, Outlaws, and Six?
To me, that's the best one.
Yeah, that's
the one I grew up with. Was Triple H, X-Pac, the Outlaws. That's where I grew up at.
I mean, Sean was great because him and Triple H convinced him to let them to do it. If Sean wasn't on board with it, Triple H probably wouldn't have got to do it. So he was that guy that convinced Vince to do this, and they took it to a big level. But I really thought it went to another level when Sean left because they made stars. I mean, Triple H became a bigger star, China became a bigger star, and then DX. So when you look at that point of view of making stars, you can give DX a nod to a certain degree. So all three very important. All three was fantastic. So I think we know where Billy Buzz goes. He's saying suck it. So that's a new thing we're going to start doing. Not every week because I got some other stuff too. So, but I thought every now and then we throw an extra question in like that for everybody. So hopefully everybody enjoyed that.
I mean, and honestly, if we really wanted to dig deep into this stuff, I mean, you could talk about the effect that the Hart family had. You want to expand out a little bit more. You can talk about some of the new Japan, or even some you could really go down a rabbit hole.
Oh yeah, most definitely. That was fun, guys. Hey, thanks for coming on. Will, we greatly appreciate it. Did a fantastic job. Yes. Anytime. We're doing a new thing here. We're doing guest hosts. We'll maybe bring you in as a guest host sometime. And down the road. But we appreciate it.
Get her on the camera, Will. Come on. There we go. All right.
Say hi.
Hi. You've been on the camera, Cadence. Say it.
Tell Marcus what you were trying to tell me to tell him.
You're crazy.
That's been said at least 6 times today.
That's not no secret.
You're actually crazy. I went out there and I told my mom.
Well,
Don't let me tell you are crazy again.
Okay. I'm sure your mom knew I was crazy, but thank you for telling her.
Hey, don't let me do that.
Kelly's in the other room. Cadence. Kelly's in the other room, but she says hi, sweetie.
Kelly said hi. Kelly said hi. Don't be shy now. You always talk about how much you love Kelly.
I know.
And hopefully you'll see Kelly this weekend. I think Kelly's getting well enough. We'll be back out. So,
hey, how did you guys feel about that? Somebody put on there a honorable mention, Evolution.
I wasn't a fan of Evolution.
What? You want me to tell Marcus something? You don't want me to tell him.
I don't think Evolution's on that level.
I'm not beating him up.
It was good. It was good, but it was not on that level.
Because I was going to say Beat Street Posse, but as a joke.
I mean, they go to the Ministry of Darkness, the Nation of Domination.
The Oddities was a better one than any day.
What per week was? What was the one with the bikers with?
The one with balls and chains and
yeah.
The Disciples of Apocalypse or something.
Yep. That's it. DOA.
You said bikers and made me think of Aces and Eights for some reason.
I mean, there's another one. Yeah, Aces and Eights. I mean, you get, like I said, a rabbit hole of factions, and you could just.
That's true.
I just had this conversation the other day about tag teams because we had a list of actually it was yesterday. Hold on, Cadence. But there was a list of tag teams that was which one's the best and why or whatever, and we went through and we added so many other tag teams that weren't even on the list.
Yeah. You forgot about the Nation of Domination.
Yeah, that was a very influential one. Yeah, I agree. All right, guys, we're gonna get out of here. Again, we appreciate you coming on, Will.
Thank you. Say bye, Cadence.
Bye, Marcus.
Bye, kiddo.
Go support independent wrestling. A lot of good shows this weekend. Dub on Friday, the Dub in Frankfurt on Saturday, and Alex in Sulphur Springs, FEW on Sunday. So you can go to the web pages and stuff and get the information. Going to be great shows, just like this past weekend was great shows. And I'm excited because G.W.R. is getting ready to hit the road again pretty soon. So I'm excited. So everybody have a great night.
I hope to see you guys at some shows soon.
Yeah.
That'd be absolutely devastating.
This is Joey Owens Show. They've been trying to get me on this broadcast forever, and this is the worst damn broadcast I've ever been on. So you all can kiss my ass while I win this match.